not with
about
the,
that
not
one.
with the Gnar. I meant with like the Vayne or like a Lucian.
Oh,
Yeah, with the Gnar, it's like not feeling so good about
CS lead that I gained when the enemy jungle was taking the dragon, and does mean that the blue will be available for a longer period of time around potentially the Rift Herald fight. So it might be by design.
Yeah.
Actually, they say, you know, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get my mana, and why don't you clear the bottom side of your jungle? You go back, and then we'll both kind of lead an assault together up towards the Rift Herald. But
I mean,
we'll have to wait and see what they eventually go for.
yeah, pre-planned or not, I mean, it is going to work out that way as we do see the ult
boy.
committed.
He was so dead. Oh man, he was just totally destroyed. TF Camille games that we see it in, and even if it's safe, it still gets bullied like every single game we see. So, you know, while teams have been preparing the Gnar, obviously, and picking it a lot, I mean, he might just die again. They're diving him here. In comes the TF. The TP comes in, and that Zoe is going to have enough help, it looks like, from the turret, although Fly wants to go for more. They're going to continue
Rift
poking
Herald
him out. Yeah, with the Rift Herald coming in here, you can see Solka is desperately trying to poke them down, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. The flash comes in with the hook shot, and they are going to take it down. That is just 2 kills, essentially for free, once again, and that is going to be the turret as well at 12 minutes into the game.
It makes you wonder if you might have wanted to pick with Rascal. It's like, feels
no.
bad.
Wait.
Destiny cooldown, I'm telling you.
This is just, he's just dead again, man. This is so sad
Destiny
to see.
cooldown, Rome. Okay, Destiny's on cooldown, I'm off cooldown.
They collect it again. It just gives you extra gold and a sense of pride or something. I don't know. It's just essentially free. It's free money right now for Afrika, and they're farming it well. And now they're going to rotate down to the bottom side. They also have pressure down here as Keen does teleport down. It looks like Becca looking to set it up. Nice flash in, but he actually gets body slammed and will be denied some of that potential for a follow-up catch. But a nice little route here onto the Olaf. He should go down. Here comes Pyosik trying to get into the mix, but not quite able to get too much else done. So they do get the 1 pick onto the Olaf. And, you know, at the same time, TF pushing mid, getting some turret damage done, not half bad.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if you can try to get more here. As Lens is
What?
super aggro right over the wall, but I don't know if this was the right play.
Yeah, this is very Lens. He's just, you know, he's gone on an expedition here.
Yeah, Camille doesn't have.
He wanted some exercise, I guess.
Guess so.
Oh.
Like,
He actually
I will take
he
that.
moves into him. The body slam wasn't going to connect unless he moved closer.
Uh-oh. Destiny.
Oh. Yeah, well, that's the 4th Destiny and the 4th kill.
Right now for Afrika is, Bang is farming up just fine. He's got his Gale Force online. Okay, Fly.
And okay, they're gonna go for a dive here. Fly. Well, he's gonna give some back. A little bit of charity there. Just saying, oh, I didn't realize this turret was that low. And unfortunately just gets dove a little bit there. The team looking to come in and support him, but looks like they were a little bit too late. And a nice timing here for DRX, actually, with the Cloud Drake coming up.
Yeah, this is amazing for them. Fly might even just have to Destiny into this team fight. So they're going to try to push this Rift Herald into mid. Grab that turret at least. And, you know, if you look at the side lane right now, actually, Dread is a ways away. So, you know, I mean, they should have complete vision control over this Drake. Camille is just going to go side lane. Looks like Afrika, at least this time, they have the presence of mind to say there's just no way we get this. Maybe we could delay a little bit. Not even going to go for it. In fact, just going to put Camille back in the top lane and give it up.
They're like, whatever, man. And sure, you can have the Cloud Drake. We have 2-0.
Destiny for Twisted Fate to come in from any unusual angle and get a stun from the backline. So it's just a terrifying 1-3-1 comp.
Like this, and getting pushes 4v3, 5v3. Those are some of the ways
Yeah.
to try to come back in. You know, they group up quickly, grab the
Wait for that Destiny to come through, speaking of which, and then punish Fly when he jumps in. Becca was thinking about it, but this is just way too risky alone. He gets casked. But look at this. I mean, this is not enough, right? They need to commit further, right? Like, they have to chase further. Otherwise, uh-oh, lost a bot turret.
And, you know, this is where the power comes in, right? Because you don't even have to have a fight if you're a Freaka. You can just kind of dilly-dally, you know, threaten your opponent, taunt them, and at the same time not lose anybody, and you're still winning because you're scaling and you're pushing. You're getting one step closer to that inhibitor, and once that opens up, it's just going to put even more pressure in. It'll be interesting, as Lehens is interesting position there. He's got a target on his back now, but immediately coming over the wall, here comes that Camille super fed. Has the stopwatch as well. They're just able to play front to back. King and finally makes his way in. Actually does a nice amount of damage up on the top side, but the rest of his team is kind of just dead here. You can see that Solka desperately trying to carry his team from the backside.
Side lane again. Get Destiny back at any time. DRX needed to be more aggressive here.
Well, they're going to try to get that one, and here we go. They found 5 members of Afrika, and they want a fight. It looks like they're going to get on top of this Olaf, who actually does do a nice amount of damage to Becca, but in the end, a nice little pick.
Really scary, though, still. With Lehens here, you can actually add so much disruption. Becca's on the side to make sure that he doesn't have the perfect angle. There's the cask.
Keen is zoning out the Alistair. The smite will come in. No jungle here for the side of Afrika. Gragas maybe going a little bit too far as Kingen gets a huge ultimate in the front line, and that is going to be a triple kill for the Graves, following up after taking down the Gragas, as DRX are playing this out so cleanly.
They finally just did it. They finally just walked up to the Baron that they had extreme vision control over and said, I'm going to take this. Forced the aggressive rotation around. The cast came out super early for Lehens and just wasn't able to accomplish much with that, and in doing so, he put himself out of position yet again. He's the first to fall, and things just collapse very quickly underneath the feet of Afrika on that Baron, and suddenly the map is open. Zoe's in the side lane, the mid push is real here towards this inhibitor turret, and sure, top is still open for Afrika, and Keen might, you know, try to make it
into the side lane. They have chosen one of the lanes that has the super minions so that they can, you know, try to push out the lane while also putting on, you know, defending it. And you just wait and see if anyone comes in, and then you 2-on-1 them, and you try to backdoor through that.
But
DRX are like, no, we're not interested in that game.
They're one step ahead. They, you know, set 1 or 2. I think it was either a solo or duo there on the Drake, and then sent everyone else to this bot lane, the last remaining inhibitor. So they did not even chase that side lane. They're going to force a teleport here, but the inhibitor's already down.
Oh,
they want the win.
Fly is just, I think he's just dead here. Hopping in, the Boomerang is going to get the job done. And Keen, incredibly strong though, on the back line, is going to get that Guardian Angel down. Now he's trying to get on top of Becca, not quite able to do so. But still, he is trying to go 1v2. He's trying to distract as much as possible. But his team is also dying. And I think that's just going to do it as he goes down as well. DRX have figured out Afrika, and they will take game number 1.
What a turnaround. Finally grouping for fights. Finally starting to force those on the objectives, not letting that 1-3-1 comp roll them over, and finally finding a way to just force some strong engages. I mean, at the end of the day, there were some small mistakes when we saw Afrika try to
go around, and Lulu is going to be the choice here. Okay, so, you know, DRX bringing out all the interesting picks.
For the first time, a little bit of freedom around the spot side for DRX, and they're hidden here. Becca is in this tribush, seen by Lehens now, and it's actually Lehens not realizing Pioshik is so nearby. He's gonna have to pop ult.
Lehens, yeah, trying to get on top of Pioshik here. We do have Dread coming in, and now DRX are in full retreat mode. Olaf, though, going forward. They're gonna catch Becca, but a really nice wild growth to keep him alive for just a bit longer, but he does go down to Keen, who does make his way in, and now Solka rooted down for a little bit too long. That's going to be a double kill going the way of Afrika, as they do take.
But the timing is pretty wrong there to actually commit and make that happen. They're still going to get first turret here. First brick, as you know, it's been called in the past, and it's a huge win for them, and the tempo advantage continues, but could have been better actually if that was
Fly. He's like, no, you know, I'm going to take your blue buff now. Yeah. It's not fair. We got to trade 1-for-1 at least. Nice little bubble there from Solka, but now we have Ornn from the top side looking to get things going. The flash over the wall as he is really desperately trying to get the spike going. And now Becca kind of left in no man's land here, gets his shield up, but I think He might just be slowed down and taken to the death chamber as a really nice ultimate comes in, as well as the Samira to follow up, and DRX are just being chipped down one by one as a free.
Infernal Soul from coming online. They can't stop this Drake, but they're not going to have an option in 5 minutes on that next objective fight. They will have to take that team fight. Possible to fall behind here unless you make some crazy big mistakes. Now the hidden bush here with a sweeper check, as Fly may actually find himself falling here.
Yeah, he's going to get bubbled up, but the rest of the team comes out of the jungle as Jonah Strong keeping it a secret from us. I like it. I like the hype. Here comes this gigantic Olaf, but a block onto the Ornn ultimate is just not going to matter anyway. They have way too much damage. The triple kill comes in here for Bang, and now 8-1 and a massive lead.
Kraken Slayer being his choice, he has very little survivability outside of his vault.
Okay, that's just going to be a massive shockwave that comes in. They're trying to turn it here on a Bang. Obviously, they have a lot of damage, but Bao moving forward now is just going to essentially say, take me with you, Afrika, please. As, man, Fly just comes in with a teleport and says, hello, friends. You know, have a sombrero. This is going to be a nice one.
Yeah.
Actually on his head, but either way, Pyoshik, they're just kind of running him down here. Dread has insane survivability with the items that he does have. The Gore Drinker and the Sterix already. Kingan, the only one to get out alive, but DRX will not be getting out alive.
How many?
And even the Graves a little bit, I suppose, but yeah, I mean, I think they were just caught off guard by the teleport speed, you know? And Pyoshik trying to set something up here, pretty interesting. They are very skirmishy. You know, they have a lot of mobility. You can try to poke down here even from behind as Solka just blows Lahens up. He is so incredibly low. He's going to have to flash away. And this is not the fight they were looking for. This is how you get Vayne power in this one, as the ult is going to sail wide. And at the end of the day, well, the only power that Bao has now is in his death. And a nice little catch there by Fly right at the end, immediately killing the hype of DRX, as looks like Afrika will take the Baron.
Yep, they're gonna clear this Baron up, and you could see just one flash, right, of you know, the brilliance of this comp and how it functions and how much damage output it has with Solka and Bao, but it's just not gonna matter in the end. They're gonna try to steal this Baron away. Solka's trying to snipe it, but way too risky. But I mean, what, you can't blame him for that. The game was over a while ago, so I mean, at least you know you
on some popcorn chicken towards the end of that. As okay, Bang, what's going on here? You seem to have a lot of friends. I mean, he's a very nice guy, so it makes sense. But pick up all the objectives and slowly push in. Whereas DRX have been able to find some interesting angles to pick people off here and there. So that just, you know, that gains them 30 seconds each time. And if you do that, you know, 5-6 more times, certainly is a chance.
Well, I mean, I see Bao here now. An unkillable death machine. And, I mean, one more fight here.
Solka in a little bit of trouble. He pops forward, and he does not have flash. He is going to have that stopwatch. You can see the charm comes in. A huge knock-up from the side of the Ornn, and that is just about going to do it. As Pyoshik has nowhere to run, just going to get ulted down. Kingan as well. Just going to try to delay some time, and actually might be successful in that. As Fly, he knows the game is over. He wants the kill. Will he get it, though? That's the question.
Kingan's just trying to zoom away. But,
all right,
well,
all right.
Spotted.
Good play. Oh, trying to,
Ace!
I love the delayed ace. Production's just waiting to hit that button, and they got to do it there at the end. And Afrika certainly pressed their buttons pretty well in this game, 19-2. In 30 minutes, a slaughter fest to the side of Afrika. Really one-sided, nicely done, and it will bring us to a third game in the series.
Just another test, another experiment gone wrong here. Unfortunately, time no see here for Keen in the top lane, an old favorite. And this draft has felt like pretty frantic. If you look at the way the bans look, even.
Either way, here comes Pyoshik looking to. Okay, well, that's not how you hop over the wall.
No.
Oh, he's gonna get it though. He's gonna get the hop as well. He gets over the wall here, and now Dread might just die. He has to flash away. And Nimbus Cloak might just save his life, but nope, you're up against a Kindred, and he gives the stack with the kill. Plates essentially for free. I mean, just the way that lane has been going. Bao gonna pick up another plate there. Kingen just fine, keeping up in the top side against Keen. That's really all you could ask against a player like that.
Yeah.
And so, you know, kind of keeping things even for now. As, okay, we're going to get the big play with the cask, but little does he know that Dread is here just waiting to throw out that collateral damage. Not going to do so.
Very.
Push him out of the lane.
Yeah, very much, I think, just a little bit too low on the damage to actually secure the kill, but they are looking for these plates here right before the 14-minute mark.
Guys, the Kindred is insanely fast. You got to be careful. As down goes the Lamb's Respite, though. As that was a little bit too early. Still going to go down as Solka coming in, and now there's that play you were looking for from the side of Becca. They're trying to do some damage here to Keen, and they will eventually take him out as Fly not going to land his abilities there right at the end, and so Solka will be just fine. A very in and out, actually baiting the Kindred into a wonky spot.
You know,
and able to pick up that kill.
An interesting build here for Dread, by the way, on this Graves. He's not actually going for the Gale Force. The big question is really, I mean, Rift Herald got taken essentially for free. The question becomes, where does DRX make their next move? Okay, here we see turret being committed to, teleports in, and they just still can't get it. They can't get it.
Yeah, you know, just trying to chip it away, trying to do their best, throwing out some ultimates there with Solka. But at the end of the day,
a lot,
you know, looks like we're having a little bit of a K-Ram here as we have the, the Cloud Drake coming in. Looks like both teams really want to get in here, but Flying actually in an awkward spot there, forced to flash away King, and that was a little bit interesting as Keen has the massive flank coming in here from behind. Can he get any support? He's going to have a lot of health, at least. A nice cask forces the flash away, and Becca's going to get sniped on the top side of the map as he was kind of left all by his lonesome as everybody was dealing with the Aatrox. So the pick comes in, and Afrika should be able to take the Drake.
And for what? What was the objective? What was the idea there? Vision control on the Drake is the, you know, is the biggest win they could have hoped for DRX, but a fairly unnecessary fight and engage without vision on where that Aatrox was. Keen gets a big flank. The charm is good for Lehens as well. Kind of prevent that second charge. Take victories where you can. It feels like that's my catchphrase for today. But it's the free Drake here after the fight.
Unless. Okay.
I'm just gonna have to, he's like, I'm just gonna have to stop you there. Dread's like, I haven't done any damage to champions. However, Fly is gonna get out of here, it looks like.
Oh, they're diving. They're looking for this. They get the slow. They're trying to pull out that damage that Solka just barely is going to survive as the last shot comes in here from Pio.
Rotation actually for the entirety of the Afrika Freaks to look for this Infernal Drake that is going to put them just one step closer to the Soul. Not going to get the root, but look for the charm.
Oh, that is really big. They're going to get that kill onto Lehens immediately. We still have Lamb's Respite here, so they can just fight front to back. A huge engage from Becca making the big play this time around. Keen is unbelievably tanky. Nice follow-up from King, and then finally we have the Kaisa entering the fight, doing that damage in the backline. Going to be able to take down everybody. Fly does get the kill eventually onto Pyosik, but that is it. That is the only thing that Afrika get in this fight, and DRX take a big one and move towards the back.
You and I talked about it off broadcast, you know. I said, I wonder why we just don't see Seraphine as much, because it seems really impressive, seems like a great support, great team fighting. And your response, which was the truest and most honest, you know, answer you could give for especially the situation is, well, she's very squishy, right? And in this situation, when Lehens looks for the engage, he doesn't hit the root and just commits to the charm and is just blown up instantly. The rest of Afrika Freaks don't have a way to really force the issue, especially with Lamb's Respite. We're starting to see the first signs of potentially the base being broken into for Afrika, and maybe putting some pressure on the inhibitors. Pyosik looking for a little bit of pressure here on Keen. He's gonna back away. Ooh.
Yeah, I gotta be careful about shockwaving the Zoe that pops forward. you wanna try to aim it at the back side of that one, but Pyosik having some fun as well, just hanging over the side of the wall, takes a huge beating to the face.
I mean,
from the Zoe.
it's a really low cooldown. You can see it's almost already halfway back available, but this unfortunately doesn't have it for this next bit. There's only a minute left of the Baron buff, so looks like Afrika, barring a huge mistake here, should keep all their inhibitors alive, as well as their inhibitor turrets here, which really could have been a huge way for DRX to push this lead forward.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, they still have the Baron buff. They're pushing pretty hard into the mid.
They're not giving it up, yeah. They're just going to keep pushing.
You know, yeah, it's not a very strong push, as their siege is okay with the Orianna, mainly, and I suppose the Kindred. But other than that, you got a couple of beefy boys that are melee, and the Kai'Sa is pretty low range, so they're more so of a hard engage comp, if you will, getting the Kai'Sa into the backline. And speaking of which, we do have the cast coming out here, but not amounting to a fight. They're just going to take down the turret and maneuver over to the mid lane here. They want to use the last seconds, literally, of their Baron buff to try to get any kind of value from this. Certainly, you know, fulfilling that role here in this game.
They know he's there.
And they realize, yeah, he was clearing a ward in the pit, and they saw him dash over the wall, so they're like, okay, sure, we'll just push down mid. We have this wave coming in, and thank you very much.
All DRX have to do is use this Kindred range and siege these inhibitors and never take a fight on Afrika's terms, and then eventually the map belongs to them.
Oh.
This is the last risky place they'll be.
Oh, they get the charm on the Kindred! Can they burn him down? No, they can't quite get the kill, and they're going to look to turn this one around. Becca in the front line just gets burst to smithereens. I'm not sure about that play. Going full-on Rambo mode into the back line, and now everybody on the side of DRX is just on the run. Remember Solka, we were talking about him, he's super fed. He's going to have some free damage here on the escape. King with some fancy feet there. Going to be able to get
either way, but he's just going to rush it down so fast. And finally they're able to do something than just stare at this Baron and clear wards.
Yeah, Marco's on the Baron, so there's that. They're going to set their sights on that now. I mean, we saw the damage before, so it's just like anytime they feel like they have any chance. King, and that was a pretty interesting body slam over the wall, but he had his team right there ready to support him. As Keen, once again, you know, looking for those
plays. He's caught!
Really nice cask, and can they actually burst him down? They're going to get the Guardian Angel out of him immediately. Before this fight even begins, there's the body slam, and there goes down Keen.
There's no way to fight
massive
anymore.
pick off here for DRX.
There's no way for Afrika Freaks to fight this anymore. There's just no way. Bao is extremely confident to go ahead and Killer Instinct in. He wants to end this game right now. They don't even want to fight the Baron. They are pushing this in super hard. Fly shows himself in top lane. Without the damage of Keen, without the knockups that he has, there's just no way to poke this with the wave that's here. DRX are going to try to push to end this series.
Yeah, and they might just be able to do it. I mean, they have the waves coming in here. As you mentioned, no Baron, but they have so much range and potential with this Kindred, just using King in the front line. A massive shockwave. They're going to get the kill on the enemy jungler, and now they have their sights set on this Nexus.
They want to stick the landing here. Curtain calls out temporarily. King in.
He does it again, a really nice engage here once again, and now Bao looking for the kill onto Bang. Not going to get it, but they get the rest of it, and it looks like DRX have actually done it here in 3 games, down to 39 minutes in the last one. They finally take down that Nexus, and a pretty huge performance.